What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. Today we're continuing our coverage this week of the Giant Force Rares from Draft Box 6 Giant Force. And today we've got the blue Giant Force Rares, and I gotta say I'm hyped for this just because blue is Barddock's crew. Gotta be my favorite character, my favorite deck actually of all time. And I'm really excited to see what new toys we get for these blue decks. So let's go ahead and check this shit out. So first up, we've got Raditz, Giant Force. He's a specified 3 cost, 19,000 blocker. Auto says once per turn, when this card activates his blocker skill, switch it to active mode, so you get 2 blockers in 1 turn. For +0, activate main says draw 1 card, and at the end of the turn, to switch this card to active mode. So, I mean, you're not adding any markers to this card, but you're getting an extra draw, and he's back in active mode for more blocker shenanigans. -2 says, activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, return it to its owner's hand, then at the end of the turn, switch up to one of your blue energy to active mode. That's a pretty solid ability, because you're bouncing any card back, and you're getting an energy back for negates and other things, and it's kind of gives you like a pseudo, not really a pseudo sensu bean, but a similar ability, because you're getting a bonus, and you're getting that extra energy back. There's another card that actually fits that description a bit better. I can't think of what it is, but this Raditz, pretty solid card. I love it. I love the art. Cool to see Raditz getting more attention in the game. Even though, really, again, with Unison cards, it doesn't matter what character's on the card because they could literally be any character. And the card would be the exact same thanks to there being no traits. Kind of sad, too, because you could have this card and it could be a Great Ape and get some bonus. Whatever. Ooh, up next we got Barddock, Giant Force. He's a specified 2 cost, 15,000. His +1 says activate main, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 blue Barddock screw among them to your hand. Ooh, I like that just because extra card advantage, Barddock's crew, +1 marker. I love everything I just heard about that. Its -2 says auto, when your opponent attacks, negate the attack. Ooh, so the more markers you have on him, the more free negates you have. Now, the only thing that bugs me about this is kind of like the... Oh, I don't remember which one it was. One of the red unisons from yesterday's reveal. The auto also did not seem like it was, like you didn't have a choice. It was mandatory. It was a thing that was going to happen. So if they attack, then he auto-negates, loses 2 markers. And so if your opponent rushes you, they can pretty much force kill the Barddock on its own, which really sucks. I wish it was kind of like, you know, when your opponent attacks, you may negate this attack. Or, you know, something. Just give you the option to use it instead of them being like a fuckhead and they play one of the, like, 1 cost, 4,000, draw 1 card, and they just like, oh, I'm going to attack with it just because, and then you lose 2 markers for nothing. That would really kind of piss me off. But love this card nonetheless. Love the art. And for Barddock's crew, this is a super solid, really good Unison card. Up next, we have King Vegeta, Giant Force, specified 2, 15,000 power. His +1 says, activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 4 or less, and return it to its owner's hand. Again, not a terrible ability. I hate that blue wants to return shit to the hand, though. Put it at the bottom of the deck. We long since, we went from returning stuff to the hand to, I don't remember which set it was, to starting to put cards on the bottom of the deck, and they gave blue a more unique ability to its color that was similar to other colors with how they handle cards. But I hate that because they're just going to play it again. At least if they put it at the bottom of the deck, they have to get it back to their hand to play it again. Anyway, ranting aside, his -3 says, activate main, 1 blue, 1 X other energy. Here we go with that shit again. If your leader card is blue, choose 1, draw X cards. That can be gross. Or choose up to X of your opponent's battle cards and place them at the bottom of their owner's decks in any order. Okay, so right there's the put the shit at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, but so depending on how much energy you, so -3 markers on top of 1 blue and say 4 other blue, and you take their whole board and just bottom of the deck. That's pretty gross. I mean, that's cool. I like it, but that's gross. Barrier really appreciates this card because it can't touch them. Any cards with barrier, so that's a thing. But I feel like that I feel like the +1 activate main, returning to the hand, getting around barrier, not a big deal. That would be alright. I feel like that would be an okay trait for it to have. The -3, though, if it could get around barrier, that would be disgusting. That would be really gross, and, I mean, it'd be good as hell, but I'm glad it doesn't do that, because fuck that noise. Alright, so that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I know this one was a little bit short, but in all honesty, there's only 3 cards to go over, and I can only hype them up so much, especially the freaking Barddock. That is easily my favorite, just because, not just because it's Barddock, not just because it's Barddock's true, because in all honesty, the Raditz's ability is pretty solid, getting you back in energy every turn. That's not bad, bouncing a card. So it's some good control with a little bit of energy manipulation, whereas King Vegeta is just like, fuck it, I'm bouncing everything. All of you get out now. Leave my presence. So they're both pretty solid. For me personally, the Barddock's crew is best because, of course, I'm running Barddock's crew. And you could run him without Barddock's crew. You would just get your +1, and then you wouldn't do shit. So you just play +1 a turn, +1 a turn, +1 a turn. Oh, I have my negates, -2. So, still not bad. I like the card. I hate that the auto does not appear to be optional. And also, if that were the case, it's like, okay, if they attack, do they get to... Does the auto kick in and I have to -2? Can I choose to negate first? Like, how... I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to an actual competitive event, so my rulings are a bit rusty. So if one of you guys know, or know someone that knows, or be sure to let me know. But honestly, Barddock is the one that I'm most excited for, especially just the art. The art, the fucking foil, like... I had a bunch of decks that I loved to play, and, fully foiled out and stuff, and I'm thinking I may just throw up an entire foiled deck and just sell the deck as a deck, fully foiled out, and just be like, hey guys, here's this, buy this deck so that I can afford to buy these Barddock cards, because we know the super rares are going to be expensive. The Giant Force rares, they might, since they're the exclusive campaign kind of card for the deck, or for the set, but at the same time, the Giant Force rares are not essential, I should say. Unisons are, but you're not really playing... It seems like I've seen people playing anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 Unisons, depending on, what color, depending on what kind of deck. And, I mean, the Barddock's crew, this one's great. Definitely a fucking great unison. I might still run the blue Gotenks in a deck too, if I can find room, but this is definitely a solid use. But, again, not essential. So, maybe these cards won't be as expensive. The thing is, like, we can't even judge it based off of previous campaign rare stuff, because previous campaign rare prices have been everywhere, but those iconic attack rares went up. They're like, all of them. Well, I won't say all of them. Definitely for sure, the Ultra Instinct Kamehameha and Cell's Earth whatever Kamehameha. Those two went up a lot, especially from when they first came out. So, hopefully that won't happen with these, and I can pick them up for relatively cheap. But that's enough rambling. we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys are hype for Giant Force, if you guys are hype for blue, for my Barddock's crew, hit that like button down below for us. You know, we appreciate all the support we've been getting since our return. You guys have been fantastic, sticking it through with us. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think that the blue Giant Force cards are worth using? And for the love of Rot, any of you that might play Barddock's crew, let me know how you feel about the Barddock and if you think it should be the main unison in the deck. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. With that, we're going to go ahead and get the freak out of here, and we will see you guys in the next video.